Open world shooter fans have plenty to get excited about in 2024 and beyond. Here are 10 upcoming titles you'll want to wishlist immediately. Ubisoft is calling its upcoming open-world Star Wars game the ultimate scoundrel fantasy. As Outlaw Kay Vess, complete with her adorable pal Nyx, you'll traverse the Outer Rim, taking advantage of all the opportunities it has to offer and stealing anything that takes your fancy. Infiltrate bases, utilize your gadgets, and if all else fails, use your blaster to shoot first if anyone stands in your way. On land, Kay can get from A to B using her trusty speeder and can take to the stars from the ground seamlessly with her ship, the Trailblazer. And of course, it just wouldn't be a Star Wars adventure without some dogfighting, would it? Star Wars Outlaws is targeting a 2024 release date. It's been a tumultuous couple of years for Bungie, and after mass layoffs at the company in late 2023, all eyes are on the next big Destiny 2 release, The Final Shape. Originally due to launch in February 2024, we'll have to wait a few more months before we can see the end of the Light and Darkness saga, as the expansion will now release in June 2024. There's a new location, the Pale Heart, to explore during its campaign, and new enemies known as the Subjugators to battle. There'll be a new raid, exotics, super abilities, and after you're all done with The Final Shape, there's more content to come in the form of 3-act episodes. Episodes are replacing seasons to provide new story and other content, and there'll be 3 launching in the Final Shape year. The road to Stalker 2 has been a long and arduous one, with the game being announced, cancelled, then re-announced. It was then delayed due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which was impacting the Kyiv-based team. In Stalker 2, expect to explore the vast 64-kilometer square exclusion zone, battle against deadly mutants, and make friends and enemies with survivors. While we don't have an exact release date, the developer GSC Gameworld, who have since relocated to Prague, has revealed that the game is still on track to release for PC and on Game Pass in early 2024. Ark 2 doesn't currently have a fixed release date, but in early 2023, developer Studio Wildcard announced that the game had been delayed to the end of 2024, so hopefully we'll see it this year. Building on the immense success of Ark Survival Evolved, Ark 2 is a survival game that'll have you scrambling to craft your gear, and then it'll pit you against humans and dinosaurs alike. The team behind the game have revealed many new features, including cross-platform modding, advanced traversal, and even Souls-like melee combat. But most excitingly, maybe, not only is Fast and Furious star Vin Diesel acting as an executive producer for the game, he's also acting in the game, bringing his action chops to the role of Santiago, a legendary hero who is looking to protect his daughter. See, it's always about family with this guy. It's been a rocky journey for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the next game from Batman Arkham developer Rocksteady Studios, with fans bemoaning what looked like an overabundance of live service gubbins, like Season Pass content, in early trailers. However, since the reveal of more gameplay, the promise of free content later down the line, and some positive buzz from its closed alpha, things are definitely looking up, as Task Force X, aka Harley Quinn, King Shark, Captain Boomerang, and Deadshot, it's up to you to band together and take on the Justice League, who aren't exactly themselves right now. Leap around the open world metropolis and take out Brainiac's forces when the game launches on PC and console on the 2nd of February 2024. I'm technically cheating here because Witchfire is not truly an open-world game, but it was redesigned by developer Astronauts to take the gameplay from arena style to semi-open world. Described as a dark fantasy FPS, Witchfire mixes magic, guns, and roguelite elements in a stunning twisted world where you're called up to destroy witches. Using a technique called photogrammetry, the game looks stunning and photorealistic, just like their previous title, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. And due to the devs' previous experience working on Bulletstorm and Painkiller, you just know that the shooting feels good. Witchfire is currently available on Epic Games Store in early access and will be available on other storefronts like Steam after its full release. If realism is more your thing, look no further than Grey Zone Warfare, a brand new immersive open-world shooter from Czech team Madfinger Games. The game takes place in a huge evacuated quarantine zone in Southeast Asia, and it's up to you and your friends to explore, find out what happened, and extract anything valuable. It's 42 square kilometers in size, but luckily there are vehicles like helicopters to help you get around. The game offers extensive weapon customization with hundreds of parts to swap in and out until you get your perfect gun. Grey Zone Warfare also has a rather unique health system. Instead of hit points that reflect the whole body of your character, the game simulates the body, and it's up to you to find the root cause of any issues and deal with them before they become huge life-ending ones. Sons of the Forest is an open-world co-op survival horror that's currently in Steam Early Access. You're dropped on an island in the middle of nowhere, tasked with tracking down a missing billionaire. But you're not alone. No, I'm not talking about your co-op pals who you might be playing with, but the island itself is teeming with murderous cannibals. To survive, you have to scavenge, craft tools and shelter, and even make weapons. You also need to make sure that you've got enough food, and that you're stocked up for the winter because, oh yeah, this game has seasons. This horror title's been in early access since February 2023, and its recent reviews currently clock in as overwhelmingly positive, so give it a try. Alright everyone, buckle up for this next one. The easiest way to describe Palworld would be Pokemon, but with guns. You heard me. Just like in Pokemon, humans live alongside little pocket monsters, pals, and they do a lot more in Palworld than simply fight for you. You can set your pals to work the farms, factories, and even get them to build structures for you in the open world. Have them fight, sell them off, or when the tough gets going, you can even eat them. You can also set up a munitions factory and get pals to make weapons for you that you'll then take with you into the dungeons dotted around the map. Some pals are endangered, but you can sneak into their sanctuaries, catch them, and then breed them later. Hey, you're kind of doing them a favor. Don't be fooled by the bright colors and whimsy. Palworld is a bit of a twisted take on Pokemon, and it's heading into early access in early 2024. Nightingale is the new open-world PvE game from Inflection Games, a relatively new studio, but one made up with many BioWare veterans. You can craft weapons to face off against the creatures you'll find yourself up against, including some huge bosses. You can also work with your friends and even enlist NPCs to help you build huge estates together. Nightingale's unique selling point is its realms. You can travel between fantastical lands, and using realm cards, you can shape the realm you travel to, so switching up the type of environment, number of enemies, and even the resources available. Nightingale is set to launch in early access on PC on February 22nd, 2024. So there you have it, 10 upcoming open world shooters to get excited about coming in 2024 and beyond. For more games to get excited about in 2024, as well as a look back at the best games you might have missed from 2023, including what we picked to be our game of the year, make sure to check out our videos right here on GameSpot.